Luciana's over here. She's sitting on shop trucks right now. This is her truck right here.
Huh.
It's in the process of going back together.
That's cool.
Anyway, like I said, she's sitting on shop wheels. That's so we can move her around, so we can do some work on her, do some things. Get her lined up with the hoists and whatnot.
Yeah, that's impressive work.
And we're doing some interesting things to her. She'll be in reasonable shape when we get her back together. I don't think they ever become absolutely 100% operational. They always have. I've never met a guy who ever said, "Oh, my engine is 100%." It's always, well, we got this little thing or that little thing to do to her. Then she'll be in good shape.
So do these engines really take a hammering on the line every day?
Every day. This is the nastiest railroad in the United States. They have the heaviest grades, sharpest curves.
Yeah, I tell when I was on the line yesterday.
Rough track.
Oh. So are these the original shops from the west side?
Oh, heavens. This shop?
Yeah.
West Side Lumber Company was in Tuolumne City, California. That's 250 miles that way. These engines, there are only two West Side engines here, this one and that one. The Dixie came from an outfit out of the state of Virginia, out in the Virginia Panhandle. The two engines out behind the shop came from West Virginia.
I imagine you'll have a hard time with that because they're about the same gauge.
Oh, the same gauge would be nice. The thing about narrow gauge is, yeah, in the United States, the most common narrow gauge was 36-inch.
Yeah.
That's not to say that some yahoo up in the woods didn't have an existing tramway that he had to have a locomotive for, which was some other gauge completely.
Yeah, isn't the climax of the Shea 6 like 48 or 44?
The climax is 48-inch gauge.
Never heard of that before.
That came off of a coal mine in Pennsylvania. Because the guy who owned the climax before we did had another locomotive which was built to 48-inch gauge for a coal mine. So he narrowed the climax we have in from standard gauge to 40-inch gauge. And when we get done with it, she'll be 36-inch gauge.
Yeah, I love climaxes.
You're not going to see a whole lot of them.
Yeah, one.
There are only 17 of the damn things in existence.
Only like 2 or 3 operating.
In the United States, there are. In the United States and Canada, there are.
Going with a die grinder?
No, I went in with a hand file. There were two pieces of that grinder. The right directly